Okay, so in the earlier class, we discussed about the data types, and in today's class, we are going to discuss about the variables. So in this class, what is the aim is basically, we have to understand what is the variable and what is the different types of variables that Java is having. So actually, we are aware of it, the syntax basically, that is data type variable equals to constant. That is the syntax when you define the statement. So here, when we define this statement like data type and variable equals to constant. So here we will write a name. So any name in Java we use it to call as an identifier. Here the variable name is also one of the identifier. So what that variable will do, that we are trying to understand in this class. Here a variable is a container which holds the value while Java program is executed. A variable is assigned within a data type. So what we have to understand here is, so whatever the value that you are assigning, so variable is a container which is holding that value. So whatever the constants you are giving after the equal symbol, so that value is holds by the variable. So this is the key point that we have to understand, where based upon the place that we have declared, so that variable hierarchy will change actually. So here based upon the accessibility of that variable, we have defined variables in a three different ways. One is a local variable, and second one is instant variable, a third one is the static variable. So here, when I say local variable, the variable which we can access within the method, the variable which we can access within the method is called a local variable. What is the instant variable? The variable which we can access within the class is called the instance variable. Okay, the variable which we can access within the class. Static variable nothing but the variable which we can access within the package or within the project. In an entire project, all of the packages can access the static variables. So based upon their accessibility, we define the variables in three different ways. One is the local variable, and second one is the instant variable, and third one is the static variable. Let me repeat one more time. Local variables are the variables which we can access within the method. Instance variables are the variables which we can access within the class. Static variables are the variables which we can access within the project, within the packages. Anywhere in the project that we can access, those are the static variables. So this is what a variable is called. So we are done with the theory part. We will see and we will execute and we will understand more on how the variable concept will work. So let me create a project. So why I'm creating the project multiple times, if somebody may miss the last class, so that should not be the cause for them to practice this specific project. That is the reason I'm creating, so they will understand the steps. So variable demo, this is the project. Okay. Once you create the project, you can see the src. This is source, and create new package on demo and create new class. New class demo. Right. So now what I was trying to say, we have three different types of variables, that is local and class level variables and static variables. So we'll start with the local variables, right? So those are the variables that we can access within the method. Here we have to define some method, public void, and method name is add. Okay, so this is the add method. Okay, if I'm writing int x equals to 10 and int y equals to 20. Here x and y are the variables, X holds the value of 10 and Y holds the value of 20. So, and these are within the method. You can see this method. This method is starting from line number 7 and ends with line number 12. So whatever the variables that we have declared, those are within the method. Okay, so if I wanted to access that, right, if I wanted to print system.out.println, SYSO and control space for this one and X plus Y. When I print like this, you can see the compile time error, and what it is saying basically, boss X cannot be resolved to a variable and Y cannot be resolved to a variable. What it means, it is telling you don't have the variable X and you don't have the variable Y, how you are performing the addition operation. But if see line number 9 and 10, here you have declared the X and Y and you're adding them in line number 16, and it is telling you are not declared. There is something we have to understand. So let me write this in line number 11. You can see I'm not getting any error line number 11. Why? Because those are the variables that you can access within the method. Outside of the method, that you cannot access it. So these are local variables. So the variables which you can access within the method. So outside of the method, this is the different method. I'm trying to access these variables which is present in the another method. That is not possible. You are not able to access it. So this is called a local variable. Clear? And next one is instant variable. So class level variables, these are. Right? So when I say class level variables, let me write one more method. I'm trying to add a plus b. Okay, here a plus b is not there. And what I'm doing here is int a equals to 10, int b equals to 20. I'm writing here int a equals to 10 and int b equals to 20. So, right, what is happened here? You can see on line number 19, you're trying to add the a plus b, but a plus b was not present inside the method, multiplication method. If you see this method, it is starting from line number 17 and it is ends with line number 20. In this method, we don't have the a and b values, but line number 6 and 7, I have the a and b values, and I was able to access these a comma b values in line number 19. The reason because these variables are class level variables. That is nothing but instance variables. The variables which you have declared within the class. If you see, this class starts with line number 3 and ends with line number 27. And this we have declared within the class. It is not within the method. Outside of the method that you have added those variables. These variables are called instant variables. So this can be accessed anywhere in the class. So here you have declared anywhere in the class. If you write multiple method, here also you can access. And anywhere in the class, any method, any constructor, anywhere in the class, you can access it. So those are called the instant variables. Variables which we can access within the class. Within the class. Right? So these are the instant variables. Now, static variables that we are discussing. What is static variable? So static variables is nothing but the variables that you can access anywhere in the project. And variables demo project, if you are writing some variable anywhere in the project, if you are able to access that variable, that is nothing but static variable. Here, small confusion is how to create a static variable. First thing, this is the Nihan class. In this class, I have written some variable that is string s equals to Nagesh. This is the variable. Don't think index is equals to 10. That is only the variable. So string also variable, this value. If you are writing float, that is also variable. If you are writing double, that is also variable. If you are writing boolean, anything is a variable. Okay, you can write the way how you want. So the syntax should be data type and variable and a constant. Here s is called the variable. Now, what I'm trying to show you here is there is a different class. Here we have the variable s. So the value of the s is Nagesh. So what I'm trying to do here is I was trying to access that s value in demo project. So how I can access that value? If I wanted to print that value, how I can do that? First, class name I have to provide. Okay, let me write the class name. Here it is present and a string. This is the s. Value is s. Okay, so let me write it here for time being. After that, we'll write in the different method. First, for accessing that, so we don't know which class that value is there. I have written the class name. And this is the value of s. So when I try to print or run, it is showing the error. Boss, that value you cannot access it because this s variable is present in the different class. You are trying to access in this class. How it is possible? It is not possible at all. How you are trying to access it? So that time I will say, and I have defined, we have the static variables that we can access anywhere in the project. First, this is the simple variable declaration. And to make that static, what we have to do, public static. This keyword we have to add it. Public, you will not understand what is public and why I have added the public. What will happen if you don't have the public? So I will explain while explaining the access modifiers. No worry about it. And here you have to understand the importance of static. When I added the static keyword for the string, so what will happen here? The error is gone. If I run this program, it will print the value which I have assigned in the different class. So here you can see this is Nagesh. So this value we are accessing from this class and you are able to print it in the different class. So this is nothing but accessing a variable within the project. Anywhere you wanted to access, you can access it. So that is called static. So hope you understood about what is the local variable and what is the class variable and what is the static variables. The variables which we can access within the methods are local variables. The variables that we can access within the class is called a instant variable. The variables that we can access within the project, anywhere in the project, you can write it in different package, you can write the different class and you can add it and add public static in front of that and you can access anywhere. write that class name and give that variable name. And here, one more thing, you cannot write this static variable inside the methods. It should be within the class. Inside the methods is not possible again. So that should be outside the methods. This is the class level. So inside the class, you have to define and you can access this value anywhere in the project whenever you want. So that is called static. In detail, we will discuss about static in further classes. In this class, my goal is to discuss about the local variables and instant variables and what is static variables. Here we are discussing about what is S and what is the accessibility of this S. Here we discussed about what is A, what is B, what is the accessibility of those. And here we have defined X and Y and what is the accessibility of them. Clear?